What do you think most parents miss when it comes to parenting?
Mummy is on the different route, Papa is on the different route. It shows that
What can fathers start doing immediately that will make this parenting journey a little more pleasant?
now there is a communication gap. Husband wants to help, but they don't know how to
Yeah,
help.
that if we keep doing this, then we'll have to keep doing this for forever.
They don't want to face, they just block, they want to block those difficult feelings which are coming. Okay, that same सब कुछ रग के अंदर रख के under the rug, and one day I come and I, when it comes to parenting, EQ is more important than IQ.
What really it means when you say parenting with emotional intelligence and empathy?
Now that is a big shift which we are seeing, others, right? People are running, people are more moving towards one night stand, people are actually so scared to do give any commitment.
Hi, Japinder. Welcome to the School of Men, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Adarsh, for giving me this opportunity to come live and contribute in some way. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for
yeah,
inviting me here
it's my
today.
pleasure, and I'm grateful to you that you're here. So let's talk about let's know a little bit about yourself so that our audience can know who you are and what you do and what is your background.
I'm a pharma professional turned emotional health educator and coach for parents who are having kids 0 to 12 years, and who are having kids with any chronic ailment as well. So maybe as we'll go along, we'll share more on this part. But right now, like, I'm a mother to two adorable kids and wife to a loving husband. And last year only, I decided to, switch from a 9 to 5 job to my own passion, wherein I'm founder of the Inner Parenting, where I help parents to raise kids with emotional intelligence and empathy. Because that is how I believe in that when it comes to parenting, EQ is more important than IQ to face the real life challenges. So basically on the mission to build an army of parents where we together come and we raise a coming generation with EQ and empathy, so that they can face the challenges which we were not having, so that they can navigate the real life things with emotional intelligence.
Can you elaborate a little bit about what really it means when you say parenting with emotional intelligence and empathy?
Yes. So what we usually do is, when we become parents, the only thing is we are so busy in doing like growing kids. किस एज ग्रुप पे क्या दिया, मॉर्निंग उठ जाओ, खा लो, पी लो, सो लो, दिस थिंग, राइट? वी आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग, एंड इन आवर हेड, या वी आर डूइंग as a parent the the basic requirement to provide
Yeah.
your child, right? All the facilities. But somehow we forget that, okay, khana pina sona, these are the basic needs for the growth of the body of a child. But we also have to equip our child with the emotional intelligence, wherein they have the freedom to express how they are feeling about it. If they are saying, like, a basic strategy which I follow in this thing is UAG: understanding, accepting, and guiding. Understanding whom? Understanding yourself first as a parent. Understanding how I am operating, right? Because somehow by default, we don't know how we are operating with our emotions. And our kids are not, they don't learn by what we say them to do, they learn by how they observe us doing. Now we want them not to get angry. We want them not to cry when they don't get anything. But how do we react when suppose my spouse says some no to me for something? How do I process that? Do I start yelling? So that is wherein you become aware of your emotions, right? You become aware what my child's age is, what is the development stage my child is going through, and what is from the emotional standpoint this child's as per the age group. Suppose my child is in the age group of say 2 to 3 years or 2 to 4 years. That's the age where the child learns emotional regulation, right? That's the age where that's the actually window where, as an aware parent, we give all the regulatory skills to our child. But somehow we are not knowing it, राइट? वी डोंट नो, हमें ऐसा कहने लगे 2 साल तक तो ठीक था, अब पता नहीं क्यों बदलता जा रहा है, अब पता नहीं क्यों इतने टैंट्रम करने लगे, अब पता नहीं क्यों इतना. That's a normal development process of your child. So emotional intelligence and empathy is where you are understanding yourself, you are accepting yourself, And then you're first guiding yourself what I can do best in this, giving the right skills at the right time to the child. And that can only happen if you are an aware parent. So it doesn't come naturally to us. There is no school teaches this, actually.
It's true. I mean, I can relate to this because this is what's been happening in our home now, like especially with my wife. Since I'm busy in my business, there is a fault from my side that I have not been very present at home. My wife is going through this now. Like she is like always in a hurry, like trying to get things done, getting the kids ready for the school, feeding them, sending them to the school, and then all the things like and
Yeah, very long
yeah
to do list,
and
कि हमें वो परफेक्ट, परफेक्ट इन एवरी एस्पेक्ट, कुछ कहीं से किसी का मिस नहीं होना चाहिए, हस्बैंड का, बच्चे का, सो मच ऑफ
yes,
ओवरवेलम.
yes, and I have been feeling that uh, I've been really feeling nowadays that it's a constant battle with kids, and I'm trying to uh, talk with my wife about this, that if we keep doing this, then we'll have to keep doing this for forever. So we have to change our approach, and I think I'll get a lot of tips from you today. But before that, it's before that,
Sure.
so that the audience know what made you to choose this as your mission. Um, what went into you switching from a very good career, um, really growing career, uh, to switching to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking this. And this is actually very important when it comes to why I have chosen this emotional intelligence and how I came to know that this is the biggest thing which all of us
Yes.
needs. So, long story short, because like I'm working from, it's been 15 plus year I was working in a good pharma corporate, a global organization on a very good level, like a team lead level, and I mean, as you said, it was on the top of my career, right? So that was 2022 December, I would say, when I was top on my of my career, and I got that extraordinary label from my team, because that was the year wherein I got a lot of awards in my office. We also went to Leh Ladakh with our two kids. My kids are very young. One is 7 years. I mean, she turned 8 just in this month, and the another one is 3.5, right? And that time when I'm talking about 2022, it was one was 2 and one was 6, and we went to Leh Ladakh, and that was all together a good year from every aspect. अगर आप बात करो तो मोटा बहुत अच्छा year, and I was on cloud nine, right? And like I started to learn about self transformation in year 2018. It was out of my own interest when I had my daughter, and due to some personal circumstances, I chose to move from north of India. Like right now, I'm residing in Mohali, Chandigarh, Punjab, right? So at that was a point in my life when my child was so young, and I decided to move to Hyderabad. Just that organization had that crutch, and I was, I wanted to provide to my daughter that thing that every mother and parent, कि हम job में भी जाएं and all those stuff. So that was the time when I thought that no, I really need to work on something on my own, and that was out of that I started to learn
Okay.
about this transformation. All that I learned, right? So 2022 extraordinary, and coming on to January 2023, that was the moment when life hit so hard on us. It was on 27th January when we came to know that our daughter is suffering from type 1 diabetes. So all those who don't know, type 1 diabetes, it is a disease wherein your kid can't eat anything, and the kid is put on insulin shots, right? Okay. And there is, the irony is, so far there is no breakthrough in medical science for that. There is for type 2, but there is no for type 1. And being from medical background, my own self into the health economics for so many years, contributed so many research projects. One of the thing, was in that moment, that when we came to know about that, it was night 7 p.m. when we came to know that okay, Evelyn is suffering from type 1 diabetes. And that was the moment when tears start rolling from my eyes, and my husband just look, he's not from a pharma background, he's not from a medical background, he's totally computer science background, but when he looked at me, he got that sense that something big is there. And the next doctor's dialogue was, अब आपकी बेटी पूरी उम्र इंजेक्शंस पे रहेगी. And that was so heartbreaking for my husband. And वो ना father and daughter relationship is some other level, तो वो एक bonding ही different होती है. And when you have the first child as your daughter, so So all his emotions came, and he somehow his BP dropped and he fainted there only. Okay. And I was holding my 2 years son in my hands. My daughter was on stretcher, rushed to ICU. She was in diabetic ketoacidosis stage. Doctor told us 48 hours agar survive kar jati hai to okay, otherwise she'll land up into coma or a vision loss. So that was the moment in that hospital that day when I realized I gathered everything what I learned. First reminder I sent to my own self was, this is next 24 hours are the trauma period for your family. First, take care of your health. Take deep breath. See what you can. I just called up Raj. Nurses came. Take care of Herman. Evelyn was rushed. But that was the night. If you are emotionally aware, you will be able to handle the situation in a much different way, right? And I know what all parents go through who come to know about that their child is either type 1 type or any chronic ailment. I'm talking about ADHD, autism or anything. What is most important is emotional health. And that is how and now I'm myself walking that path day in, day out with a child who's having a chronic ailment. And that was the moment when I realized, yeah, how important jo seekha, right? When you work on yourself and when you know yourself so better, how good you are at setting those boundaries, how good you are to take care of that situation, not only uplifting yourself but your entire family. So that was my motivation at that point in time, and it doesn't came immediately. I would be very candid here. Those are the moments when I was just helping my own self and I was doing. But after 3 months when we settled a bit, then I sat and I reflected back. Okay, what I'm going to do about this career, and I took good 8 months to decide upon this thing, that this is the segment which needs
Mm.
my help. One is from a medical background, having own child with a chronic ailment, going through that emotional turmoil, my own self, handling it day in, day out, processing. It's not that I don't cry, I cry. It's not that I don't express, I express. But I know where to express, how to express, and how to even handle
Yeah.
people around me who are going through some
Yeah.
emotions. And that is I mean, that's one thing which I really want. That's why I always say, when it comes to parenting, EQ is more important than IQ. So that is from all this started, and I became the founder of the inner parenting. The inner is, you have to, when you work inside, there is very less to work
Yeah.
outside. So that's wherein my belief system is, and that's how it all, this baby came out of inner parenting.
Yeah. I can empathize with your situation because I have seen couple of families going through this. One of my very close friends, his daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was only 2 years old. And I could see uh, see the chaos happening in their family. They had another kid. Of course, the kid was the elder kid. And then I see another family uh, whom we know. They had a very beautiful daughter. She was into acting, dancing, and stuff. And because she got this type 1 diabetes, they distanced themselves from everybody. They kept it secret, and uh, I think their her career is also,
Yes.
struggling now. And I mean, it's really important that how we react to situations, right? And uh, the
Yes.
the cracks in the relationships or cracks in the family happen when you,
Don't
yeah,
talk about things, you just keep on hiding. Actually, I tell you, this is a very beautiful point. I would I really want to share with the audience here, Adarsh. Like, it's normal as a parent to feel overwhelmed and fearful when your child is diagnosed with any ailment, right? Any ailment, we go into that overwhelmed and fearful mode. Okay, so feeling overwhelmed by it is not just for the person who is diseased, jisko hai wo, right? It's for the entire family. And as you rightly mentioned, how usually parents process it, everyone is
yeah,
different, right? But these are, I'll just share three things which are common ways that people deal with significant events. जैसे कोई भी significant event आपकी life में हुआ, how usually we deal with it. First, seeking comfort. People often seek comfort. Even some of them will start to eat more, drink alcohol to excess, misuse of drugs, or throw themselves into work. They will become so workaholic, And and they try and block out difficult feelings. What they are actually trying by going into this mode of behavior is, right, they don't want to face, they just block, they want to block those difficult feelings which are coming. Okay, and they may say it will be fine, it will be fine, sab theek ho jayega, sab theek ho jayega. So that is seeking comfort. Another, some people go into control mode, right? Like they respond by trying to control every aspect of their life to protect themselves from further frightening experience. Right, what they do, they become very rigid. They try to keep the house extremely tidy. They avoid any new experience, stay at home, and become more less, I mean, much less social. They will cut off, right? This may result in you thinking about resigning from your job, homeschooling, needing to be by your child at all the times. Okay, so as a parent, it's very, very important that you look after yourself, because you need to strengthen yourself so you can be strong for your
Yeah.
child, right? And this is, I think, the aspect which we often miss out on. So as a parent, it's very important that you look after yourself as well. This is often easier than done, I would agree on that, because as a parent, focus is often on, pura time focus is on the bacha, right, the child. But somehow you also have to first take care of your own emotional health, because you are the biggest support system for your child. When you go into, right, अपने आप को आइसोलेट कर लेना, बच्चे को भी कहीं बाहर नहीं जाना, जॉब भी छोड़, it is a complete depressive and stressful mode. And I have such parents, but it becomes very, very
Yeah.
hard for us to take them out from that zone altogether, bring them, because that's a complete victimhood hole, and it's dragging you more inside. So it's very important to be aware how I'm talking, how I'm processing, how what I'm doing about my own self first.
It's
Really
also
important.
common that what I was about to say when you took over is people, keep piling these emotions. They don't express the emotions and they don't talk to each other and have a kind of, understanding and release of those emotions. Only when you speak and express the emotions, then you get a release and all of you are on the same page, like when you discuss it. But it comes out in a very negative way if you don't do it, if you just keep on piling the emotion, and it will burst sometime, or like you said, it will show in your behavior, like how you're behaving, which could be very damaging in the long run. Yeah, I mean, I never wish anybody should go through this, because I've seen couple of families where they have these special and special needs children, and I cannot imagine being in their place, because, like, having a healthy, fit, and fine children, we are struggling at home. Okay, so let's
Exactly.
come to uh, normal families. What do you think most people, most parents miss when it comes to parenting? What do you think? Very common, but serious issues in parenting that's going on.
So, just to answer it in a very simple way, first thing is there is no right or wrong, but where the majorly where the things are going wrong when it comes to parenting. पहले क्यों लोग इतना parenting बात नहीं करते थे? Why all of a sudden people start to talk so much about parenting, right? So the major gap is, like, now we are from somehow from joint families to nuclear families. The size of family is decreasing,
Yeah,
right? Both the parents are, they are working to maintain certain lifestyle, right? We are somehow competing, we don't know with whom, but we are somehow competing. Everybody is
in the rat
competing,
race.
right?
Everybody's in the
So
rat race.
in the, everybody
Yeah.
is running and doing some kind of race, but किससे जीत रहे हैं, we don't
Mhm.
know किससे जीत रहे हैं, but हम भाग रहे हैं. So what is happening in that, in parents head, right? They are doing what they are doing to give best to their children, okay? And in children's head, children are saying, मैंने तो आपसे ये सब मांगा नहीं ना. What I'm asking from you is your time and attention, right? And when the child says this, so both are right at their own place. There is a gap in understanding. Okay, you're doing for your children, very good, but your child is asking for something else. While doing what you're doing for your children, you have to do something wherein you at least remain emotionally connected to your child. And that can, it does not require your 24/7 availability. There are very small things which you
Yeah.
can do, which will overall, help your family dynamics. And another thing which is happening in the family, as you rightly said just before this, like, we don't express. Like in a family, if I am working, my husband is working, we both are working. We both are doing in our own heads, acha, 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 dono acha kare. But somehow we are not working as a team against the situation in front of you. Somehow, when it comes to situation, we are against each other, right? When it comes to children, our parenting styles are different, right? Parenting style of a father is different. Parenting, there is a difference between parenting style. We have to accept that. We have to respect and accept that difference. But you know what happens? Mothers take so much when the child is born. They take so much on themselves, and somehow, I'm sorry to be so candid here, but I will tell this because this is the reality. Okay, mothers take so much on themselves, and they think what all sources they are getting information from is the very authentic source, and it is coming from the experienced, and they want that thing to be done that way only. And usually if they are not learning that advice is coming from mother-in-law, two three friends, that's it, based on their family dynamics, their
Yeah.
experiences, and everything. Now, if husband start to do something different, no, 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 you will do wrong. You don't know how to do it. So husband will try once, and then mother will, oh no, no, you leave, I only do. So that is how eventually happens. Everything we take on ourselves. Everything we take on ourselves. Everything we take. And then a point comes wherein we crib that everything I am doing, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Now there is a communication gap. Husband wants to help, but they don't know how to
Yeah.
help. Women expect the help, but they don't know how to communicate that, sweetheart, I need this. Can we do this? This is the entire day, how my day goes. Can you please help me? Or how can we best distribute the things so that it doesn't, overwhelm any
Mm.
one of us? We somehow don't expect, behave in the same way when it comes to husband wife relationship. Lot of expectations होती हैं हमारी एक
Mm.
दूसरे से. Call it from the society standpoint we bring, but somehow we bring the bar is so high. Husband, ये भी करना चाहिए, ये भी करना चाहिए, ये भी करना चाहिए, ये भी कर. Wife, इसको ऐसा भी करना चाहिए. No, it's not ऐसा वैसा करना चाहिए. Just ask one question: how can I make this work for my family? How together both
Mm.
of us can make things work for our family, wherein we are not, if someone of us is overstressed, can I just provide that space that to my partner to just come and talk to me, right? And just one point here, which is coming to just my mind before I skip it. So, like in your communication, this is a tip coming in between, right? I'll share it right away. So when even husband and wife, when you're communicating, just ask each other. At times, like as you said, your wife is so, she's so busy doing a lot of things, and at times you just want you, कि आदर्श, I don't want any advice. I just want you to listen to me. मुझे यहाँ पे कोई advice नहीं चाहिए. So what if we have such a open communication and understanding that when I start my communication, I tell. Suppose I tell Harman, today morning only I had this conversation with my husband when we both were having our breakfast after sending our kids. So I just asked him, see, I want to talk something, but I don't want any, I just want you to, listen what I want to express. And you know what? When that conversation ended, first thing he actually sat there with an open mind that okay, she is not asking, she just want to l- light her up because she's taking so much on her and she just want to कि यार मेरे system से बाहर निकालना है. And you are the safest person, and because we are family, right? And another thing, when I want advice, I ask, see what I'm sharing. I really want to have your viewpoint on it. Like, what do you think? What's your perspective on this? And even when my husband talks to me, I ask him, for this thing, do you want me to share my perspective or you just want me to hear this out? This one thing actually works. Husband wife
Yeah,
dynamics.
great tip and something which I can apply immediately because what happens is my wife is saying something, but usually I understand a little bit because I'm going through my own transformation journey about personal improvement and stuff, but my wife is not going through that. So she says something, but I'm confused why she is saying, like, is it just she's informing me about this? Is she expecting anything from me? Sometimes I'll tell her, what? Okay, you said this. What about that? Then then it happens. Okay, she tells me, okay, I want you to, decide about this, or suggest what you want me to do, things like that. And I think I should do it more. I mean, I should set some rules. Like, I should tell her that, okay, whenever we're having a conversation, we'll do this. You tell me what is your expectation. Only then the communication will be clear. And
At times I don't also myself also I don't know. But when my husband will ask me, तो मैं चाहिए इसमें क्या, do you want, and then I'll reflect back, हाँ मुझे क्या इनकी सलाह चाहिए, और या फिर मुझे सिर्फ एक्सप्रेस करना है. In my head, I'm at times my own self I'm not clear. What am I expecting from the other person in front of me? At same सब कुछ रग के अंदर द रग under the rug, and one day I come and I burst out because I'm not able to handle that emotion of mine anymore. I'm just so bottled up. अब कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Now the situation is out of my control. I'm not able to regulate this uneasy feeling or this feeling of frustration because I'm not talking about it. And that is how our kids are watching us. That every third day they are having some or the other thing. Mummy is on the different route, Papa is on the different route. It shows that, and it's not good for your children to also look. If suppose for they are watching TV and I say no, that it has to be a common no from both of us, right? If mama says one thing, father is also saying that, we at least we both should be on the same page when it is about to communicate. Otherwise, kids are very smart. मम्मी ने मना किया, अभी इनके आपस में नहीं बन रही तो पापा से जाके पूछ लो. अब पापा में भी आउट ऑफ ईगो, अच्छा मम्मी ने मना, नहीं नहीं कर लो मैं देख लूंगा. So that is where actually things go wrong.
yeah, it's very
Yes.
intriguing, like how children learn this. Like, they are very good at, you know, um, they have these very good social skills, how to manage people. Yeah,
They learn from us. They observe
yeah,
and they learn from
true,
us.
true, true.
Right.
Okay, so you said something very interesting about the fathers, fathers not being engaged so much into parenting, and this is also what I feel um, is happening a lot. So, what do you think? I mean, how is it damaging the parenting stuff? Like, if the father is not really engaged and involved into parenting, how is it affecting families?
So it's a very a good question. Actually, people don't talk about it, right? As we were discussing also कि क्या होता है कि mother अपने ऊपर इतना ले लेती है and somehow father takes a backseat. उनको होता है कि yes, and I'll just want to shed some light. It might take a bit long for particularly answering this. Fathers play a very vital role in parenting, and their involvement is crucial for the emotional development
Yeah.
of children, right? Because there is so much, because their presence matters a lot. But what happens when every time for the everything they just see their mother, right? So automatically the presence of father is not that much in child's life. They see, अच्छा ठीक है पापा हैं, फिर वो अपने काम में busy रहते हैं, then some at some point they talk to us and then it's going
Mhm.
normally, right? Nobody is even paying that much attention also. Like out of 24 hours, how much time do I'm actually spending with my children, right? Because you know what, when the father's presence, it gives emotional security and confidence to the child, right? Fathers provide a sense of security. होता है ना जब हमारे पापा नहीं, मेरे पापा हैं, my father is there, right? A father's presence and affection help a child feel safe, valued and
Mm.
loved, right? Which automatically fosters the confidence into the child.
Mm.
And children who feel secure are more likely to explore the world, take healthy risks and navigate challenges. Because somehow जैसे होता है ना, like uh, especially if it's a boy, the role model is father,
Yeah.
right? And when you are, because in the parenting of the way mother parents and the way father parenting, there's a difference. Na? Father thode, they're more into engaging more physical play or problem
Yeah.
solving activities, which help children build resilience, independence, and
Mm.
emotional flexibility. Right? Mother's thoda sa calm, nurturing, discipline. This
Yeah.
side, right? So balance is needed. So when father is not involved in that, everything, one person can't give everything, na. Mother tries to give. Mother tries to be Jhansi ki Rani all the time, but she can't do everything. There's a vital role of father in child's life, right? And first and foremost, being focusing so much on emotional, right? So fathers model emotional expression and regulation. When fathers openly express emotions in a healthy way, such as sharing feelings, or showing affection, or resolving conflicts calmly, children learn. They learn that it's okay to feel and express emotions,
Yeah.
right? And that builds emotional intelligence and empathy in
Mm.
children, crucial for their social and personal development. But when they see, नहीं यार पापा तो कभी कुछ बोलते ही नहीं है,
Yeah.
राइट? क्या होता है? मम्मी हमेशा कुड़ 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 कुड़, पापा तो बोलते ही नहीं है. मम्मा का भी एक्चुअली वो साइड बाहर आ रहा है, जस्ट बिकॉज शी इज नॉट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ हर सेल्फ. शी इज नॉट इवन फिलिंग हर कप with the love, affection, care. Then what will she
Yeah.
spill? She's pouring from that empty cup. Her own cup is filled with frustration, irritation, and that's what is coming out of her
Yeah.
cup. And father, they say, पापा तो बहुत शांत रहते हैं पापा, because men are very less expressive. They don't express
Yeah.
openly. But it's very important in the homes where fathers are very expressive. They often say child कि ये बुरा लगा, I really felt bad, but and where father know that okay, if I even yelled at my child, how to repair it. And if they do that repairing, suppose I yelled at my child, we are humans, right? We have all kind of temperaments. कई बार हमारा दिन इतना खराब जाता है ना, all it comes to on children because they are lower in authority from us. तो क्या होता है, मम्मा का पापा का सब, they are the easy source to get it
Yeah.
from us
Yeah.
actually. We do not behave the same way to the person who is higher in hierarchy. Somehow we feel that our children are dependent on us. So we can yell, we can behave as
Yeah.
we want. And our mind doesn't give us any alarm when we are doing it actually. It doesn't give us any red signal ki stop,
Yeah.
there will be a judgment. No, but when we behave in same way with the something in a higher in authority, or stop it. What will they think about it? They will judge you. They will say, my mind stops. But when I come to my children, it doesn't stop us. So when the father is also aware, right, and plays equally come into parenting, at a, there is a job, there is a family job, right? Family is a system where the job of parents is to set the boundaries and validate our children's feeling, right? So to set the healthy boundaries and validate their feelings, and the job of kids is to explore within those boundaries and express how they feel, right? And if we both of us know that this is our job, and father also knows, right, where उनको पता है कि अगर मेरा बच्चा इस चीज पे रो रहा है, he is doing a tantrum, how to manage it well, whether it is a meltdown or not. And that not only helps father, but it also helps, not only help your children, it also helps you to become that more aware father, wherein you are actually able to guess कि बच्चे के साथ चल क्या रहा है, right? It's not that just situational. It's not कि ये आज ज्यादा रोने लग गया, आज क्या नहीं किया. So it is actually holistic, I would say. You can't take father out of it. It's a very important, part of nurturing and providing that environment, because that is how your child's self-image, self-esteem, and self-confidence get built, especially in the
Yeah.
foundational years. If you are a father who's losing so easily, who's just coming in all the time, in the your anger mode
Hmm.
is on. By default, your children are going to operate that way in their life. And when they operate and when they give you back that thing, कहाँ से सीख रहा है? From whom you are learning? He is learning from you. He is learning exactly from. They just give us back what we are
Yeah.
giving. So if you want to see the reflection, it is the reflection,
Yeah.
right? And your child and your child's behavior are two different things, and same way you and your behavior are two different things. You are a good person, but there is certain behavior which you do not like and which you really want to work upon, right? You are a good parent, you are a good father, you are a good husband, but there are certain behaviors which are not actually in favor of you. They are going against who you are. So you can just easily take care of those behaviors and work on them and improve the family dynamics as
Yeah.
never before.
Yeah, my takeaways here would be one thing I truly agree here is, and I've experienced this while growing up. All the boys I knew, uh, whoever were close with their father, okay. Um, some fathers are naturally like this. They are expressive, they are engaging with their children, and they're
Hmm.
talking with their children. And I found
Exactly.
that regardless of how they are doing in the school, how they are doing in any area, they are kind of uh, they have this confidence in them. I can see that. I can sense that, regardless of
Yes.
how they are doing, even if they're failing.
They have
Yeah,
back, na? They know
yeah.
Papa hai.
And they
Papa hai.
have
We
lot
can
of this
go. We can
courage.
talk.
I have seen couple of my friends who were like getting into fights and all. Like anybody can break him into two pieces. I have one particular friend I'm remembering now. Anybody can break him into two pieces, but
Risk
he's
taking
ready to fight
attitude.
anybody. He's ready to get into the fight because he's close with his father, and there is always like he's also fighting with his father. Okay, now he's fighting with his father. I've seen couple of friends like this who have this, may not be always like uh, having a relation of being in good books, but they're also fighting with their father. They are engaging that way, and they tend to be more confident, and also they take more risks, and they are ready to get into conflict and you know get their way, or get their way to the win. I've seen couple of friends like that. Okay. And another takeaway for me here is, even though I have known this for a very long time now, that boys will model the fathers, okay, and girls will model the mother. That is very true. I keep on seeing this again and again. I think I have to be more expressive. I have to express what's happening, and sometimes I intuitively do it. I share with my boys, like especially the older one. He is more attached and closer to me, and he models me more more than the younger one. Younger one is still wild. He's still acting like monkey. So not really. Uh, he's like very
Now,
sporty, and yeah,
after the age, yes, after a certain age, na, no matter how close the mom is, no matter how much mama is doing, somehow they start, oh, how my
yeah,
father talks, how he
yeah,
behaves, they start to model you. They start to somehow, पापा कैसे रहते हैं, पापा कैसे करते हैं, पापा इस चीज को कैसे हैंडल करते हैं. So this by default, they start to become a copy
mhm,
of you. And if the relationship is not good, the things if they don't like about you, they will start to do against them. Ye papa ki cheez achhi nahi, this is not. It could go either way, like you said na. The You have observed the people who were more close to father. Now here is another catch to this. When you know that your child is more, you have all the skills in you to give all the regulatory skills to them. You have my back with the healthy boundaries. Explore. You have all till the age of 12, you have at least little bit of control to shape
yeah,
your child's. But beyond that, it's very
yes,
difficult. Tab tak they, till the age of 6, they just observe, and pose that they start to give meanings. If they see a good and healthy relationship of their parents, they say marriages are good, relationships are good. If they've always observed the fights, they'll start to run away from this thing. Kya hai? I don't. They start to give that a very bad meaning, right? And that is how those all things get
mm,
cemented. And when they reach that age, they somehow are so scared to be loyal to someone, to get into the relationships. Now that is a big shift which we are seeing, others, right? People are running. People are more moving towards one night stand. People are actually so scared to do give any commitment. They are so scared कि नहीं commit नहीं कर सकते. They are fearful. And that is how this shift is going. And पहले तो marriages ही, now people are not willing to marry. अगर marriage, people are not willing to have kids. Everything is becoming so much,
yeah,
overwhelming. There is a shift coming. And if we right now do not get aware and give that, intelligence to our kids, no, this is a very beautiful part and phase of
yeah,
life, which is not that
yeah,
complicated. We have somehow made it so complicated by being into that perfectionist mode all the time. Lot of parenting mistakes we do. We
yeah,
compare. वो ऐसा कर रहे हैं हम ऐसा कर लें. No, your family is different. Your family situation is different. Your child is unique. You are unique. So think what would work for my family. Learn and just do what would work for my family. Just implement
Yes.
that part. Leave the rest.
Also, nowadays there is a lot of westernization, like because of internet, social media, we are being exposed to a lot of West ideas, and like I don't know, younger people think it is cool. Older people, because they market so well, especially the Americans, they market themselves so well. They tell stories so well. You start to believe that they are intellectually better than us, and then you just start following that. And this is something which I have also experienced. It is frustrating that a lot of we pick up a lot of these advices from the West. Especially, I have picked up so many things uh, when it comes to parenting, and it doesn't work when you start to apply it here. It doesn't work. Like,
Everything you won't be
yeah,
able to apply. You have to have that
mm,
intelligence, that what would work for me, my
yeah,
wife, my kids,
yeah,
right? Being into emotional coach, like what I do, like in group coaching, I'll give you a platter, right? The same situation, I'll give you 10 different strategies. Now I tell everybody, guys, you are the CEO of your family. You are on the driver's seat of your family, not the 10 on 10 you will take
yeah,
your home. See, okay, Japinder, I don't like this. I want to do this. I want to explore this. Okay, now practice this for at least 1 week. Maybe
yeah,
this will not work. Maybe once you'll start to implement, it will not work. Come, share. Let's see what best
yeah,
works for you, right? It's not a generalized thing which will work for everybody. So humbly request all the parents who would be listening to this. There is a lot on social media snippets. Ye kar lo, wo kar lo. Your kids are not experimental
yeah,
animals, guys. We are raising humans, not robots. Raise them with emotional intelligence and empathy. Think what we are doing, and if you are doing one thing, please do it at least for
yeah,
1 month. First, you need to accept that change. Your child need to accept that change, and then only that thing will start to
yeah,
work for your family. Don't just blindly किसी का सुना, अपने बच्चे के साथ करना शुरू कर दिया. First, see what is the age of my child, what is my child's emotional quotient, right? What is going on, how aware my child is about emotions, before using those heavy things on the child. ऐसा करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए,
yeah,
you are the teacher. First learn कैसे करना
yes,
चाहिए, and then be the model to do it. Then you need not to tell your child will see you, they will start doing it.
yeah. What I've seen as a common trend with a lot of this information boom, even it happens with me as a fitness coach. A lot of people are trying to find some quick fix, a tip or trick that will work. And with whatever you're saying, I realized just now that even in parenting, it's a process. Like, you have to try different things, and also bring your spouse on the page, on the same page. And what's happening with me especially is, um, I'm exposed to so much of information and ideas. I'm also into reading books and stuff. So I have a much deeper understanding about what I'm trying to do, or let's say what I'm asking my wife to do, but she doesn't have it. And every now and then we have this discussion. I try to explain her why I'm trying to do this, why I'm suggesting you act like this with children and stuff like that. But again, I realized that it's the question of time and focus. Like, my wife is already overwhelmed with a lot of work. That is why I have decided, like, in the next 1 year I have to create this extra freedom to spend extra time at home with the children, so that I can, you know take something out, off of her shoulder, and so that she can be a little bit relaxed, and also we can have this kind of partnership in parenting. Otherwise, now it's becoming only one sided. She is the action taker, and I'm someone who is suggesting and advising. So that's happening.
No, yes, that's actually, you know what is happening here. Like, I have a couple with me in the inner parenting. They are associated with me from past 1.5 year, right? I wasn't actually working when the mother joined me
Mm,
first, and within the 6 months, the father saw so much change in her, that how she is operating. Out of curiosity, he asked, "Whom from whom you are taking the sessions?" So she said, "This is the coach, and I am just in." Then I want to attend the webinar. And that father came just by seeing the result at home, that now my wife is, because in our head now, as you said, your wife is so much over, but she's not ready. Actually, mothers are not ready to invest time wherein they can learn and make
Yeah,
their
this
life
is what
simple,
I've been telling my
right?
wife.
All they are not learning, they are not ready कि भाई यहाँ पे time I can simplify
Yes.
my life. They will, they are having that excuse of time. Actually, everybody gets 24 hours. You are yourself into self-help. The extraordinary people know how they're spending their 24 hours, where their time is going. But we mothers are so busy, खाना खिलाना, स्कूल भेजना, वापस, इसमें हम लोग इतना ज्यादा बिजी हैं that we are not ready to learn in which trap I am right now. After certain years, my children will grow, they will leave, they will and at that time I'll see, sit and think, मैंने सारी life इनके लिए किया. Because what happens, you do so much, you stay there only, your husband grow, your children grow, and then there is no common topic to
Yeah.
talk, right? No common topic remains to talk, and there comes a point where you are again so lonely, and there you go into depression. I have all sorts of in my community, I tell you, that couple, that father joined me, he joined my one to one program, and now he's also having two boys, and the dynamics, his dynamics with boys has completely changed, right? Previously he was father, you have to play cricket, you are going to cricket classes in the morning, you have to be good reader, you have to be spiritual. The kids were in 2 4 classes, which the father thought that no, this is must. Then when he slowly went through this process, he realized it's not that what I want. My job is to draw the healthy boundaries and ask them, what do you want to do? The child says, I want to learn art. Give the opportunity of art class. Let the child go for 1 month and decide whether they really like it, or it was just दूसरा मेरा दोस्त कर रहा है तो मेरा शौक था, right? Whether that child really enjoys those classes, or it is just, give them that,
Yes.
exploration in the beginning. Let them explore themselves. It's okay, and then just guide them in what they want to do, because when they will do what they love to do, your job would only be to provide the resources which will help them to grow in that particular area which they love doing, not what you want them
Yes.
to do. Another, I'm having a mom, she's 62 years auntie with me. Two of the boys settled abroad. Now she is in that stage which I was talking about. She was so lonely, she was so depressed. And only within 4 sessions, she just expressed one thing. She was on stress medication, she's off stress medication. You know what? Nobody ever asked me what I love doing. I just spent entire my life to provide the best to my husband, best to my
Yeah.
children. And I somewhere lost what I love to
Yeah.
do. And there is no one to blame on it. It is we have to, as a father, as a mother, we have to first take care
Yeah.
of ourselves. If you are not willing, no matter how hard I try, right? And the one tip which I give every mother, when you are learning, don't expect your husband to behave the way you want them to behave. They are not attending these sessions, they are not learning. To drop the expectations, because when we start to go on this personal development journey, we think the people should behave in this manner because now we are aware. We are aware they are not. They are still their same. Till they jump into something learning, no matter how hard you try, they will not. Today morning, I am being into this 2018. Today morning, my husband said, will you be my mentor? Today morning, I am talking about. When I shared certain facts with him, Herman, how much I am taking on me from last 6 months. Do you ever realize how tolling this injections all the time, school, my own inner parenting, everything is how much? I just left him one afternoon alone with my daughter, and just gave him this you have to do. Only 7 hours, and he
Yeah.
realized what I go through in 24 hours. And he actually accepted this. We really need to talk on this. Tell me, will you guide me? Will you help me? So many years being into the same home, being helping so many people outside, I was not able to tell my husband that These are the things we can work upon. And today that moment came when he came to me asking out, will you be my mentor? And now I know this is the right time, because now he is ready. What are we are going to do for our family? So it takes time. There is no quick fix. There is not people behaving the way we want our spouse to be.
Yeah. True. True.
This is from my own life. I mean, I'm telling. I'll not say कि नहीं मेरे husband. No, today morning that moment came, and that is where I showed gratitude. कि now he is ready. Now the things will be different.
So one more, what I want to say here is I have a friend, Veena Bike. She is also coaching mothers. Okay. And she gets all these mothers who are going through the same thing. Like they are completely dedicating their time, effort, everything to the family, and they have nothing else left for themselves. And they end up questioning, why did I do all these things for so many years and I'm nowhere? Like you said, the children's
Hmm.
move on, husband is growing, husband is in his own world. After a certain age, then the gap, keeps on growing wide and wide.
इमोशनल
Yeah.
कनेक्शन ही नहीं बचा ना, हस्बैंड वाइफ का इमोशनल कनेक्शन ही नहीं बचा. वन ऑफ द पेरेंट इज टू मच इनटू द किड्स, राइट. अनदर स्पाउस फील्स कि तुम्हारे पास तो बच्चों के सिर्फ मेरे लिए
Yeah.
तो टाइम ही नहीं है. नॉट कॉमनली थिंकिंग कि यार अपने लिए भी टाइम निकालना है, एंड दैट रिलेशन कंप्लीटली इट्स लाइक
Yes.
लाइफलेस, कि उसमें कुछ स्पार्क ही नहीं है, कुछ में है ही नहीं. इट्स ऑल अराउंड द किड्स, ऑल टाइम इट्स अराउंड द
Yes.
किड्स. Don't just busy in raising kids, grow with them, guys. They are part of our life, they are not entire our life. We are humans first, and then all these hats come: father, mother, wife, daughter, daughter-in-law, husband, son. We are human
Yeah.
first.
So, if you have to give few tips, like 3 to 5 tips, what can what can fathers start doing immediately that will make this parenting journey a little more pleasant and reduces the stress in the family? What would that be?
See, let's just talk on two things right now, right? I won't give the plethora pura. I don't want to confuse. The two main tip is, if you are getting into continuous conflicts with your wife, right, and you, whenever you talk, you are getting into conflict and you are stop talking, guys, that's a indicator that you both are out of the emotional center of
Mm.
each other. You're not in the emotional centers of each other. Why saying so? Because when we are emotionally connected to someone, we are open to listen, we are open to support, we are open to cooperate. But when that emotional connect is not going well, we end up into these kind of so these behaviors are signals, right? Understand the signals and start. First, for wife, spouse, right, take out in your entire week 1 day, 1 hour, specially for your wife, guys. No agenda in that. No talking about children in that. Just how are you feeling? You express yourself, she express herself, and then accept. Okay, what are the common grounds where we align? What are not the common grounds where we don't align? What are the things we don't love to do? How can we delegate it to someone else? Can we hire a help so that we both are at peace with those things, right? This is one thing. So 1 week, 1 hour, they deserve. Our relationship
Yeah.
deserves. No agenda item. Go for lunch, go for a coffee break. Just bring that, reignite your
Mm.
relationship. Your children will be your children entire your life. But you both need each other to nurture them better, right? For the children, guys, no matter how busy dad you are, I know from the patriarchy, from the society standpoint, father are the providers to the family. They have to go, they have to earn. However, mothers still have that choice wherein she can leave the job and sit. For man, it's very
Yeah.
difficult, right? So I know you being the provider, I understand you, I feel you, but just one small thing for your wife and then another small thing for your child. One entire day, 24 hours, just 15 minutes with your child, without phone, without any to-do list. Just go and enter their world. What do I mean by entering their world? Go sit with them and just see what they want you to do with them. They want you to become a, dino, become a dino. They want to become any of the superhero, become that superhero. But enter their world to see what is going on in my child's life. And that 15 minutes connect is all you have to build. Nothing more
Yeah.
than that. Your child will cherish those 15 minutes with fathers like anything, guys, right? And if you're having two kids, 15 minutes
Yeah.
individually,
Mm.
guys. One thing, quality time doesn't mean one quality time where my entire family is sitting together, we each other asking just one question: how was your day today? And when you ask this question, mean it. How was your day today? Agla bolne laga और चुप. No, ask with this intention that I am ready to listen how her day was. I'm ready to listen how my child's day was. When you ask the question, ask with that intention कि अब मुझे सुनना भी है. Don't ask it superficially. How was your day? गया. Don't do this, right? So reiterate one common family time where you ask each other how was your day, because that's a very common question we do not ask each other. Okay. The next level, if any of you want to do, you can do that. Otherwise, this is, or you can simply ask to make it more so that your child become more expressive. What is that one thing you loved about your day today? And what is that one thing which was not so good today? Right? That gives them to think and express. If you want them to make more expressive, this is how you ask the right questions to them, right? And another is collective time. One, second, individual time. Wife ke time there should be in your calendar. They are most important people in your
Yes.
life, right? 15 minutes separately for your young elder one, 15 minutes separately for your younger one. Both are in different age groups, both are going through different challenges. So you have to enter their world to be in their emotional center, right? And I think one day we were discussing also, Adarsh, that one thing, like in a relationship, it goes well when women's emotions are taken care and men's
Mm.
ego is taken care.
That was
That's the
amazing.
equation, right? And when does that happen? जब आप एक वुमन के इमोशन को इंपॉर्टेंस दे दोगे, वो वुमन ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी ईगो को सेटिस्फाई कर देगी. एंड दैट इज द बैकबोन ऑफ अ
Yeah.
रिलेशनशिप.
I've written that down.
So
I've written
get
that
into,
down on the notepad when we talked about this.
so just only one
Yeah.
thing you have to do. You just have to acknowledge the emotions of your wife. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
how you're feeling. That's it.
Yeah.
Work
I have
done.
one question related to spending time with the children. Like what happens is I am aware of this. I every now and then go and play with my children, but they make me things which I really don't feel. I mean, at that moment, I'm doing it only because they're asking to do, but I'm not really enjoying it at that time. So how to deal with this? Is it okay to express that I don't like this? Let's do something which is, which I like, or how to actually deal with this?
No, that same will come back. Na? If you'll say, see, I don't
Mm.
like this doing. It's not about my liking or
Mhm.
disliking in that moment. That's why you have to give your why. Like why I'm giving my 15 minutes to my child. What is the purpose of my these 15 minutes? My purpose of these 15 minutes is I am by your side. Tell me what do you want me, because entire day I am going with a to do list, right? कि अब आपको ये करना है, अब आपको ये करना है, अब आपको ये करना है. Only once in a day my child is telling me to do something, and how difficult I'm feeling to do it.
Yeah.
Think how difficult they feel. Actually it's a power struggle.
Yeah.
So मैं उसको पूरा दिन बोलती हूँ अब नहा लो, अब पढ़ लो, अब ये कर लो. They are not feeling to do that, but still they are doing it, right? So if you really want to express this also, you have to express it after a certain time when you reach that comfort. No, I'm playing this, but Baba, I really tell you, I don't like it much. Can we bring some twist in this game wherein you can add? You're not completely ignoring his feelings, you are accepting, acknowledging, and then you are coming from, hey, can we bring some twist in this? Will it work if I do this way? Child will say, you can do this. More cooperation
Yeah.
from the child. If you'll say, I don't like this, child will say, okay, my father doesn't like it. In that moment, just forget, just remember your why. This is 15 minutes I'm giving to my child. Let me see what they want me to do. And I'm going to put my heart and soul, whether I like it or
Mhm.
not like it, because this is not for my happiness. You have to put
Yeah.
them, right? I'm doing this for them, not for
Yeah.
me. And that is how when we put, like we put our society first and then come us, and then A lot of things we don't like to do daily, 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 but we do because we know that is going to impact someone's life someday, right? So I
Yeah,
hope
yeah, yeah. It was an eye
brings out
opener
that
for me.
moment of
It really is. So I'll start, adopting this mindset whenever I play with my kids now. Okay, Japinder, thank you so much for coming. I think we are bumping up against the time. Uh, so what will be your parting
it
away
was very
message
nice.
for fathers first, because this is men's channel, and then in general for parents.
So one thing is, as I say, when it's come to parenting, parents, it's EQ is more important than IQ. For the fathers, don't be busy creating, collecting assets for your children, right? Contribute in making them
Hmm,
an asset, wherein they can achieve what they want for them. Right?
great,
So I know for the providers, you want to build, you want to create all the assets, but don't be so busy in collecting all those assets for your children. Rather, build them an asset where they can build what they want for them. Right? And another thing is, if you want to learn more, be in touch. And it's like family. If you come on to parenting, remember three things. It's the three pillars of parenting is self connection. What is your connection with your own self? Second is what's your connection with your children, and third is how is your family dynamics. So these are the three pillars. Take care of yourself, take care of your connection with your child, and take care of your relationships. It's the holistic thing. Just see if I'm doing one thing for these three
great,
pillars. It's set. It's simple.
great, amazing advice. I've made a note of this now. Make your children your assets rather
Thank
than
you
running
so much.
behind the assets. Amazing. So,
Yeah.
how can people reach you, Japinder, if they have to reach you?
Yes, so you can reach to me on my Instagram handle. That is at the rate Japinder underscore the inner parenting. One is that, and another is I'm doing two kind of program. One is one to one, right? It is a customized approach to particularly your situations, and one is group coaching program. So if you're interested and there is anything which is burning question or any emergency situation in your life wherein you are struggling a lot, don't sit in silo, parents, especially
Yeah,
fathers. Be expressive, come and talk to me on that, and let's see what best we can do about it. But don't sit in silo, don't let that impact your entire family dynamics. Come, we are there to help you, but you just have to take that one step to come and talk about it. So I'll share the link, my 101 booking link. The first call will be absolutely free. We just want to you come and you share what you have, and let me see how can I help you guys.
we'll put the links in the description and the show notes so they can reach out to you.
Sure.
Yeah. And about the
Yes.
other program, one was one to one, the other program.
The another is group coaching, right? So in that I have a different kind of one is like a crash course kind of, you can call it. It's a weekly learning series on 7 child behaviors. Okay, that's the starting point. It's for all those parents who says that no, we are working, we don't have time. So I have previously I used to take that live, but now it's a recorded program for 7 children behavior. And one of the very important behavior is screen time battles, which I think we all
Great.
of us need to learn. So that is wherein you can. Exactly, because once a lot of new perspectives, and I'm sure like mothers have changed entirely just because of that one session. They know how to set the boundaries and hold them. So one is that program you can enroll in, go through those behaviors, because that will actually help you first and then your children. And another is like wherein I handhold an entire group, wherein I come and connect with them every week. They bring a lot of their questions, they watch the recording, they bring their question, I address them live, and I handhold through the entire journey, and I do an emotionathon challenge in it, wherein I step by step I have crafted in such a way that by the end of 3 months you will be your own emotional champion. So that is how that goes. And then is a further program, but anybody who want to start, I would suggest start with the first program to know
Yeah,
yourself and your child, and then once you come in, I'm always there to guide what next, but take that first step to come and talk about what is
yeah.
bothering you, rather than sitting alone and holding, bottling your emotions.
Yeah.
Express them.
I'll make sure that the links are in the description and show notes, so you can check it out. And this will be
Sure.
open for both parents, right? Couples, husband, I mean,
Yes.
fathers and mothers, right?
Parenting is not only for mother, guys. It's the
Yeah,
family
yeah,
business. It's the family thing to do. Somehow, when it comes to parenting,
yeah.
mothers are so ready to enroll. I told you now that father came, and he especially came to 101 separately because there was lot for that father which he has not
Mm,
expressed to anybody. So that is how within 1 month I mean, their family dynamics has changed completely. And you can read the review on my Trust Pilot account of that father. And he has a testimonial also to bring more fathers that guys come. It really changed the life. So that is how he. It's not just to show, but real people talking about the real difference they have achieved in their life. It's about that.
Right. We'll make sure to put the links in the show notes. So again, Japinder, thank you so much.
Sure, definitely
Thank you
I'm going
so
to
much
share
for
it.
coming. I think we surpassed the time limit set. Sorry for that. But uh, but
But
the conversation was really
uh,
engaging, and I have taken a lot of points. And I'm pretty sure I'll go through this recording again and again. Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you so much. It was all my pleasure. And I hope the fathers, especially, guys, you have a very crucial role to, nurture the upcoming generation. You are required. And please learn and make our kids learn so that they can sail through this, the coming hypey life, the social media. It's not easy life for our kids. Let's equip them with the right skills and strategies of EQ so that they don't get into the trap of social media FOMOs and get into depression and stress, which is so easy nowadays to go into. So, having said that, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to come and talk about emotional intelligence and empathy. Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
And I think
Adarsh.
more than the children, the parents have to get out of this social media FOMO and take care of themselves first, right? This is what you preach. Yeah.
Exactly.
Japinder, thank you so much. And I want to have you back
Thank you so
again
much.
because there are so many questions there that were left.
Sure.
Definitely want to have you back
Sure,
again.
sure. Anytime. And I would love to come to your community sometime if you really want to have a live
Yeah,
question answers because a lot of fathers have questions and answering one question, you don't know how many fathers get
yeah.
the answer because not everybody asks the
Yes, yes.
questions.
We can do it.
So that
Yeah.
really helps.
Thank you and bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much.